Okay, 10 minutes ago. Pascal, can you hear me now? Sorry, I was just. Okay, okay. Seven. Seven. You should. Oh, yeah, it should pop up as number seven, shouldn't it? Oh, yeah, but you put the number in first, and it wasn't. Oh, yeah, I didn't put it on that one, but. Riley, everything good to go? Any questions or anything? Yeah. Okay. So what you probably do you have? So you should have. Do you have Lethbridge's? Okay, and like we should have one of ours. But yeah, just see if he's got an extra one. Like he should have four. One for the umpires, or actually three, because he should have his own. So one for the umps, one for them, and one for us. Dylan. Okay. She's got to come up here. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Nervous? Okay, so let me see just if you give me a copy of mine. Yeah, that way you can use yours. And I can help you out the best that I can. So if you want to start with the very first sentence, so welcome everybody to the 2025 WCBL Open between the Visiting Bulls and your Brooks Bombers. And then just start going down. Yep, jump past the sponsor and then start reading as you go through. Yeah, and then after the mechanic, little pause, you bet. Then kick into the pregame, and then what's that? Excuse me? Yep, everything that's on there. Oh no, we're just announcing. We're just saying that hey, today's pitching changes. So it's just like we're giving our sponsors a shout out. Yeah. You can have little. The umpires are there, so we should get going. Yep. Yep. There you go. Music. There you go.
Welcome everyone to the 2025 WCBL home opener between the visiting Lethbridge Bulls and your Brooks Bombers. Get your hot dog, popcorn, and beverages and make your way to your seats. We will announce tonight's starting lineup shortly. Be sure to grab your 50-50 tickets. If you haven't seen the 50-50
Microphone
yet,
is
no
right here.
worries. You can now buy them right from your seat
Yes.
and on your phone at bombers5050.com. Ticket sales are open until the end of the 6th inning, and the winning number will be drawn after the 7th inning. Bombers 50-50 is proudly sponsored by Cooley Coach Lines, which provides chartered bus services specializing in safe, reliable, and comfortable transportation solutions for various events and occasions. They are committed to providing exceptional customer service combined with competitive pricing and a focus on safety. Today's pitching changes are brought to you by Fergie's, your local licensed light duty and agricultural mechanic. The Brooks Bombers would like to remind everyone that this is a family event and
You mean
vulgar
turn it
language
down?
and public intoxication
Yeah,
will
so
not
that's
be
the main
tolerated.
right
If
there.
you have seeds, Shelves must be placed in a cup that you can get at the beer stand.
That one.
Please be courteous to your fellow fans and
There
wait
you
until
go.
players stop before moving about the main grandstands. For those standing on the flight deck patio, we please ask you to pay close attention to any foul balls that may head your way. We kindly ask that all foul balls be returned to the beer stand. Today's umpires, as assigned by the WCBL, are on first base side, Mike Richards, covering the third base side, Matt Ben, and behind the plate calling the balls and strikes is Travis Oberg.
Yep.
Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Medicine College, proudly serving the communities of southeastern Alberta while welcoming learners from around the globe. Medicine College offers more than 40 certificate, diploma, degree, trades, and university studies programs. They meet learners where they're at and prepare them for success in college, in the workforce, and in life. The Lethbridge Bulls starting lineup at the starting pitcher, number 7, Jalen Ryan. At catcher, number 10, Lee Matsuzaki. At first base, number 23, Claire Hout. At second base, number 26, Jack Kaliski. At third base, number 17, Drew Bufford. At shortstop, number 9, Luke Wheatley. At left field, number 27, Axel Holz. At center field, number 24, Dalen Blanchard. And at right field, number 5, Brendan McTavish.
And now just go through that piece of paper right there. Now introducing your 2025 Brooks Bombers.
And now introducing your 2025 Brooks Bombers. Attending Modesto Junior College from Fresno, California, number 1, Tyler Dorn. Returning from Mid-American Christian University from Chicago, Illinois, number 2, Peyton Matthews. Attending Adams State University from Denver, Colorado, number 3, Christian Altamirano. Attending the University of Arkansas, Fort Smith from Chandler, Arizona, number 4, C.J. Snowden. Attending Modesto Junior College from El Sobrante, California, number 5, J.R. Bedford. Attending Cerritos College from Long Beach, California, number 6, Wyatt Orlandi. Attending Adams State University from Castle Rock, Colorado, number 7, Brian Walters. Attending Cerro Corso Community College from Calgary, Alberta, number 8, Derry Stair Couture. Attending Chaffee College from Riverside, California, number 9, A.J. Hurtado. Attending Adams State University from Fontana, California, number 10, Seth Recker. Attending San Francisco State University from Dana Point, California, number 11, Skylar Sabert. Returning from University of Science and Arts, Oklahoma, from Keller, Texas, number 12, Julian Porconi. Attending Maloof University from Revelstoke, British Columbia, number 14, Lucas Mahoney. Attending Indiana State University from Toronto, Ontario, number 15, Liam Kirsch. Attending the College at the Sequoia from Moderna, California, number 16, Hudson Grove. Returning from the McCook Community College from Belleville, Ontario, number 20, Maddox Shaver. Attending Three Rivers College from Vaughan, Ontario, number 22, Lucas Graniero. Attending Okanagan College from Brooks, Alberta, number 23, Aiden Maxwell. Attending Michigan University from Rockford, Michigan, number 40, Lucas Rick. Attending Benedictine University Mesa from Red Deer, Alberta, number 44, Heath Hachkowski. And attending the University of Michigan from Dearborn from Red Deer, Alberta, number 29, Luis Gallardo. And the assistant coach of the Brooks Bombers at San Francisco State University, Max Lober, and head coach Dylan DeBrouwer. Make some noise once more for your 2025 Brooks Bombers!
Oh, Canada.
And now, for those of you that are able, we ask you to now please rise and remove your hats and welcome Rebecca Barron in the singing of O Canada.
Good job. Nice work.
Thank you, Rebecca. Throwing out the first pitch tonight from Forest, Alberta is Sammy Jo Dick. She has been a proud member of the local community for 22 years. She is the supervisor of operations business services at Forest, Alberta, where she has worked for the past 13 years. Outside of work, Sammy delivers intermediate.
Go, Sam.
Are you ready, Sammy? Ready?
Sammy Joe, go out to the mound. Sammy Joe, go
Sammy
to the
Jo,
mound.
to the mound. Thank you. Now, outside of work, Sammy Jo plays intermediate women's fast pitch on the Duchess DBs and actively volunteers in the community and is a proud supporter of the Brooks Bombers. Can we make some noise here for Sammy Jo Dick? Straight down the middle, Sammy. There you go. Solid first pitch. There you go. Thank you, Sammy. And now, for the two best words in baseball. Well, I'll say three. Let's play ball!
All right, baseball fans, welcome to Elks Field as we kick off the 2025 WCBL season here in Brooks. As the Bombers are going to take on the visiting Lethbridge Bulls in tonight's WCBL action. Let's go through the starting lineup for the Lethbridge Bulls. Starting in center field, leading off is Jalen Ryan. Hitting in the number 2 hole is the right fielder, Lee Matsuzaka. Hitting third, playing first base is Carter Clairhout. Cleanup
is the designated hitter, Jack Kaliski. Hitting 5th is the catcher, Drew Bufford. Hitting 6th, the shortstop, Luke Wheatley. Hitting 7th, the third baseman, Axel Puls. And in the 8 hole is the left fielder, Dalen Blanchard. And hitting 9 is the second baseman, Brennan McTavish. And on the mound for the Lethbridge Bulls is Gavin Allen. Now taking a look at the defensive setup for the Bombers. At first base is Lucas Rick. Second base is Maddox Shaver. At shortstop is Derry Steyert Couture. And at third base is Seth Recker. Moving left to right. In left field is Christian Altamirano. Center field is Peyton Matthews. And in right field is C.J. Snowden. Brian Walters is your starting pitcher for the Bombers. And he delivers the first pitch of the 2025 season for the Bombers is strike 1. And he throws the second pitch in there to strike 2 to the catcher, A.J. Hurtado. Down 0-2. Ryan at the plate. Here's the pitch, and that's just going to miss outside. Ball 1. 1-2 the count to Ryan. Brian Walters at Adams State University throws that pitch down low. Hurtado gets in front, and that's going to even the count at 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That ball is going to be fouled back. Count remains 2-2 as Ryan fouls one back behind the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Walters comes set. There's the pitch. Just missed outside. That's going to run it full. Walters now has a couple sliders that are just missing to the outside corner. Full count. Here comes the pitch to Ryan. That's going to be fouled back. Count remains full as Ryan has now fouled off a couple pitches. Staying alive. Beautiful night here in Brooks. Sun is out. As Walters comes set, there's the pitch, and Jalen Ryan goes down looking. Brian Walters has his first strikeout of the season. One away as Ryan goes down looking. Now batting, the right fielder Lee Matsuzaka. Walters comes set. That pitch is also going to be called a strike. Count is 0-2 to Matsuzaka. Fans still coming into the ballpark here, and that's going to be fouled down the third base side. Here comes the 0-2 pitch, and that's going to miss up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Matsuzaka goes down swinging. 2 away here, and Walters is looking to strike out the side, perhaps, here in the top half of the first inning. Now stepping to the plate is the first baseman, number 23, Carter Clairhout. First pitch to Clairhout is going to miss low. Ball one. Walters looks in. Hurtado sets up on the outside. That ball comes inside. Check swing by Claerhout, and the count is even at 1-1. Hurtado's set up on the outside. However, Walters comes inside and gets the strike. 1-1 count. That pitch is a misses low, and that's going to run the count 2-1. Once again, beautiful night, little breeze here at Brooks Elks Stadium. 2 away, top of the first. 2 balls, 1 strike. That ball's going to be chopped foul over to Lucas Rick, and that's going to run the count 2-2. The umpires for today, behind the plate is Travis Oberg. Over at first base, Mike Richards, and at third base, Matt Ben. 2-2 the count, 2 away. Here's the pitch. That ball's going to be hit to third base. Seth Recker picks it up, and he is safe at first base. I can't see what happened there.
I think picked it up a little bit. Didn't get the pick off. Just a little bit.
That's going to be an infield single for Claerhout. So with 2 away, Claerhout at first. That's going to bring up the designated hitter, number 26, Jack Kaliski. He's going to take the first pitch for strike 1 from Walters. Walters checks over at first. And there's the pitch. That ball's going to be hit towards Maddox Shaver. Picks it up over to Lucas Rick. And that's going to end the first inning for the Bulls. 4-3 put out for the third out in the top half of the first. Shaver over to Rick. And after the top of the first inning, Bulls no runs, 1 hit, no Bombers errors, and 1 runner left on base. All right. It looks like Gavin Allen is on the mound for the Lethbridge Bulls. He is a 6'4", 210 right-hand pitcher from Martinsburg, Missouri, attending William Woods University as a sophomore. All right, we're going to go through the lineup here for the Brooks Bombers. Peyton Matthews returning to the Bombers after a stellar 2024 season. He is going to lead off as the center fielder for the Bombers. Let's see what the Bombers can do here in 2025 as we get into the bottom half of the first inning. First pitch is going to be taken for a strike from Allen to Matthews. Matthews is a threat on the bases. So if he can find his way on, he is definitely somebody to keep an eye on. 1-1 the count to Matthews. Allen looks in. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. That ball is going to miss outside. 2-1 is the count to Peyton Matthews. Matthews at University of Texas Permian Basin 2 years ago. Transferred to Mid-America Christian last year for his senior year. Had a stellar season. Came up a little bit short to the LSUS Pilots. And 2-2 count. Matthews is going to go down swinging for the first out. So with one away, that's going to bring up the left fielder, Christian Altamirano. Altamirano is one of the 4 Adams State University players that are playing with the Bombers this summer. Excited to have these guys at a great season. First pitch coming in to Altamirano. He's going to foul that ball over the Bombers' dugout. First pitch swing in Altamirano. Here comes the pitch from Allen. That's going to miss way into the right-handed batter's box for a count of 1-1. Altamirano, he's going to hit that one back up the middle, off the glove. That's and going to get thrown away out of the reach of Clairhout. And that's going to get Altamirano to second base. On the throwing error by Luke Wheatley. So Altamirano hits that pitch up the middle, off the glove of Allen, picked by Wheatley, but shortstop. However, he throws it away as Clairhout dove for it. Ball gets into the Bombers' dugout. And Altamirano is awarded second base. So with one out, Altamirano at second base. That's going to bring up the designated hitter, Wyatt Ormonde. Ormonde had a monster season at Cerritos College in California as a freshman. Had double-digit doubles and home runs. Hit well over 300. Can also play first base in the outfield. Versatile player. Lots of pop in his bat. And the 1-1 pitch, the 1-0 pitch is going to be taken for a strike, and that's going to be a 1-1 count. Altamirano leading off second. Allen comes set. The 1-1 pitch, and that's going to miss. 2 balls, 1 strike to the designated hitter, Wyatt Ormonde. There's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. To Ormonde. Ormonde's parents are in town, all the way from California. The Bombers have a strong Californian contingent. That ball is going to be chopped foul down the third baseline. Head coach Dylan DeBrouwer and assistant coach Max Lober, both from the state of California, along with President Jason Wadler, did a lot of recruiting in the state of California over the off season. 2-2 count to Ormonde. Here's the pitch from Allen. That's going to miss. Full count.
Gotta come wide. Here you go.
Allen delivers the pitch. Ormonde is going to swing through it, and that's going to be the second out of the inning. So Allen has himself 2 strikeouts. And that is going to bring up the first baseman from Western Michigan University in number 40, Lucas Rick. Lucas Rick and Peyton Mathers were teammates in their junior college at Rock Valley years ago. Came up as a package deal. We're happy to have them back. Should I say Matthews back, and he brings along Lucas Rick, who had 7 home runs at Western Michigan, hitting .270, and he's going to take that pitch for a strike. 1-1 the count to first baseman Lucas Rick. Bufford gives a sign, drops to a knee. There's the pitch, and that's going to take him for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. To the first baseman, Rick. Clairhout well off first base. Altamirano takes his lead. That ball's going to be foul over the Bulls' dugout. Altamirano with a hefty lead as Wheatley's pulled into the 5-6 hole. Which allows the second baseman to keep him a little bit tighter. As McTavish is closer to the base, Clairhout slides to second base that way, leaving first base open. Here's the pitch. And Rick is going to go down looking for strike 3. So, after 1 complete, Bulls no score, Bombers no score. As we get through the bottom half of the first inning, no runs, no hits. There was 1 Lethbridge Bulls error and 1 runner left on base. We will head to the top of the second inning in a moment. Yes. What's that? Oh, it's actually not. It's not the pick. It like you just need to. Oh man, you just got to probably. Oh, okay. Well, there's one in the gator in the back, but like. It's not getting the dirt out of the hole. What it is the it's the dirt, like the plug itself that goes in needs to be shaved off a little bit. So that's something that's on my docket for tomorrow. So, well, they're starting the inning. So like yeah. Sorry for the delay. First pitch is going to be called a strike. Second pitch is a ball. And Walters comes in. The 1-1 count is going to be taken for strike 2. Catcher Drew Bufford, 1-2 count. Walters comes set. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And Brian Walters has his 3rd strikeout of the night. So 1 away here, top of the second inning. and there's one away. Walters is going to deliver first pitch to the shortstop, Luke Wheatley. Strike one. Shortstop Wheatley, 0-1's the count. He's going to swing, foul ball. 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch on the outside corner, swing and a miss. Wheatley goes down 3 straight pitches. Strikeout number 4 for Mr. Walters, and there's 2 away in the top half of the second inning. So two out brings up the third baseman, Axel Pulls, my apologies, Axel. First pitch, curveball, strike one. Left-handed hitting Pauls takes the first pitch, looking, strike one. Walters comes set. Same pitch, taken for strike 2. Third baseman down 0-2. Walters delivers. That pitch just misses. Fastball on the outside corner. Great pitch by Walters. Hurtado working hard back behind the plate. 1-2 count. It's going to be fouled. Count remains 1-2 as Pulls fouls it off and stays alive. Here's the 1-2. Swing, fastball, strike 3. And Brian Walters has struck out the side. 3 away, top of the second. Brian Walters has 5 strikeouts already. And we're only 6 outs into the game. That is going to bring up for the Bombers catcher A.J. Hurtado, third baseman Seth Recker, and the right fielder C.J. Snowden. Coming up in 30 seconds.
What they need is no, that's, I told him it has nothing to do with the scooper. It's the peg from the base won't go down because of the fact that either A, it's come up, or there's a lot of dirt around there. So if they go look in the shop for another base that has a shorter peg attached, that might be the ticket.
All right, we are back here, Elks Field. We're heading to the bottom of the second with the catcher, A.J. Hurtado, coming to the plate. First pitch from Gavin Allen's going to miss low. Ball 1. Allen's going to deliver. That ball's going to be hit. Diving shot. Shortstop makes a heck of a play. At short, Wheatley reaches out, extends his arm on the line drive. And that's going to be one away. So on the line drive by Hurtado, snagged by Wheatley at short, that's going to bring up the third baseman, Seth Recker. Recker had another great season at Adams State. takes the first pitch inside, ball 1. Recker, a sophomore, wearing number 10. Here's the pitch. And he's going to take that for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away here in the bottom half of the second inning. Bombers have yet to get the first hit of the season. And Recker's going to take that pitch for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away here to Seth Recker, the third baseman. Allen locked and loaded, ready to deliver. 1-2, 1 away. Here's the pitch. That ball is going to be hit high. Back goes the center fielder, and that's going to be out number 2 as he catches it way before the outfield fence. Center field. That's going to go F8 in the books.
Now batting for the Brooks Bombers, number 4, CJ.
And that's going to be out number 2. Hurtado lined out to the shortstop. Recker flies out to center. And now batting is the right fielder, C.J. Snowden. He is going to take the first pitch outside, ball 1. Allen looks in, delivers, and that's going to hit Snowden. And he is going to get on base. So Snowden is going to reach first. With 2 away, Snowden at first base. Now it's going to bring up the shortstop. Snowden is gone. Steyert Couture fouls the first pitch off from Allen. And the count is 0-1. 2 away. Snowden takes his lead at first. Allen looks in, pick, and over to first base. Claerhout puts the tag on. Snowden back in plenty of time. Snowden's got a nice lead over at first base. The right-handed hitting, Steyert Couture from Cerro Coso Community College. He's going to swing and miss. 0-2 is the count. 2. Steyert Couture from Calgary, Alberta. See if he can extend the inning. 0-2 the count, 2 away. Allen comes set. Snowden with the lead at first. Here's the pitch. That's going to be down in the dirt. Bufford, great job keeping that in front. Snowden returns to first base. Steyert Couture attended Badlands Academy in Oyen, Alberta, before heading off to Cerro Coso, sunny California. Snowden with the lead over at first. He's gone. That ball's low. Snowden is going to steal, and he is safe. Stolen base. C.J. Snowden with 2 away steals second base. And the count is 1-2 to Steyert Couture. 2-2, check that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And that's going to come in high and inside. That's going to get it full. Full count here to Steyert Couture, the shortstop. Hitting in the 8-hole with Maddox Shaver on deck. Here's the pitch, and that is also going to hit Steyert Couture. So with 2 away, that's going to bring up returning second baseman Maddox Shaver, Belleville, Ontario. McCook Community College. Had a great freshman season at McCook. Had a great sophomore season. Great great job with the Bombers last summer, and we brought him back. Looks like he's put on a little bit of weight. Lots of muscle. Kid is shredded. So with runners at first and second, Snowden bouncing around. That first pitch is fouled off. So with runners on first and second with 2 away here, number 9 hitter, the second baseman Shaver, comes to the plate. 0-1 is the count. Bombers looking to score the first run of the game, and the 0-1 pitch is fouled off. Shaver down in the hole, 0-2. 2 away. Steyr Couture at first, Snowden at second, Shaver at the plate, and Peyton Matthews on deck. 0-2 pitch. Here it is. That ball's going to get in the dirt. Snowden's gone. Steyr Couture is going to go to second base, and they got him. Little hesitation by Steyr Couture, and he is thrown out. And that's a 2-6 putout to end the inning. So Maddox Shaver will lead off the bottom half of the third for the Bombers. In the bottom half of the second inning, they leave 1 runner on base, no hits, no Lethbridge Bulls error, and 2 complete. We have a 0-0 ball game. All right, here we go. As we head to the top of the third inning, leading off for the Lethbridge Bulls is the left fielder, Dalen Blanchard. He's going to take ball 1. Been somewhat of a pitcher's duel for the first 2 innings. Walters misses outside, 2-0 the count to the left fielder Blanchard. 2-0 pitch. He's going to miss low. 3 balls, no strikes. To the left fielder, number 24, Dalen Blanchard. 3-0 pitch is going to be taken for strike 1. Walters dialed in there.
Right. Just like that. There, Brian. Let's go, kid.
3-1 the count to Blanchard. Here comes the pitch. That ball is going to be hit foul behind and over the grandstand. So, fall behind 3-0. Walters has now worked his way back. 3-2 count. All full. Here comes the pitch. That ball is going to be hit high, going back, and that ball is going to leave the yard. So the second hit for the Lethbridge Bulls is a home run off the bat of Dalen Blanchard. So the leadoff hitter in the top of the third inning, Dalen Blanchard, hits one over the left center wall.
So Ryan, if you can't get, let's go.
And the Bulls have a 1-0 lead. Foul ball by the second baseman, Brendan McTavish. He'll take the second pitch for strike 2. 0-2 is the count. McTavish, second base, down at Midland College down in Texas. That pitch is going to miss inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Top of 3. Bulls have plated the first run of the ball game. And McTavish stays alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the second baseman.
If you can't, Ryan, let's go, kid.
McTavish fouls it off again, and the count remains 1-2. Walters delivers, and McTavish is going to go down looking. Strike 3. First out of the third inning is a strikeout. That'll return back to the top of the lineup with the center fielder, number 7, Jalen Lee. Lee was a strikeout victim in the first, and he takes the first pitch up high, ball 1. Second pitch coming in off the Walters is a strike. 1-1. Walters comes set. Here's the pitch, and that's going to miss. 3 balls, 1 strike to the center fielder, Jalen Ryan. 1 away, Bulls up 1-0 on a solo home run by the left fielder, Dalen Blanchard. Walters comes set, fouls it off. Full count. To Ryan. Ryan ready, right-hand hitter. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be ball 4. Ryan gets on base, the base on balls, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, number 10, Lee Matsuzaka. Ryan with the lead at first, leaning, he's gone. The pitch, hit to the first baseman, Lucas Rick. Takes it himself, and Ryan has to pull up. So 3-U for out number 2 as Ryan is at second base. Two away, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Carter Clairhout. Clairhout hit a little dribbler down to Recker at third base and beat it out in the first. Clairhout takes the first pitch for strike 1. 0-1, the count to Clairhout. Steyr Couture holding Jalen Ryan, and the second pitch taken for ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to the first baseman, Clairhout. Top of 3, Bulls up 1-0. Clairhout digs in. Walters comes set. Gets ready to deliver. That ball is going to be hit to Styatt Couture. He throws it over to Lucas Rick for out number 3. 6-3 put out. And after the top half of the first inning, or top half of the third inning, the Bulls score 1 run on 1 hit. There were no Bombers errors and 1 runner left on base. As we head to the bottom half of the third inning, the Bulls lead the Bombers 1-0. We are getting ready for the bottom half of the third inning with the Bombers bringing to the plate the second baseman, Maddox Shaver, followed by the leadoff hitter, Peyton Matthews, and the left fielder, Christian Altamirano. Gavin Allen set to deliver the first pitch of the third inning. Maddox Shaver ground ball to the shortstop Wheatley, and that's a 6-3 putout for out number 1. Shaver first pitch swinging, ground ball to the shortstop Wheatley, throws it over to Clairhout for the first out. So with one away, brings up the center fielder, Peyton Matthews. And he'll take the first pitch from Gavin Allen for ball 1. 1-0 to Matthews. That ball is going to miss as well. Two balls. That's going to miss as well. 3 balls, no strikes to the leadoff hitter, Peyton Matthews. Matthews second in the league last year in steals, and he takes the 3-0 pitch for a single, and that is our first hit in the 2025 season, a single by Peyton Matthews. 3-0 pitch hit into right field. For Matthews.
Now batting for the Brooks Bombers, number 3, Christian Altamirano.
Crosby.
Matthews over at first with 1 away here in the bottom half of the third inning. That brings up the left fielder, Christian Altamirano. Matthews takes his lead at first. He's gone. And he's going to get thrown out. Third base umpire, Matt Ben, calls out Matthews at second base. Coach DeBrouwer comes out, wants to talk. And that's going to be out. Number 2. So 2 away, Altamirano still at the plate. Gavin Allen looks in. And that pitch is going to miss outside. That comes in. 3 balls, no strikes to the left fielder Altamirano. Denver, Colorado native. Junior season at Adams State. He's going to take the 3-0 pitch for strike 1.
Kid, take your time, buddy.
3-1 pitch from Allen. Going to be taken for strike 2. He's going to load it up, full count. Bottom 3, Bulls up 1-0. Here's the full count pitch. He's going to go down looking. So for the Bombers in the bottom half of the 3rd inning, no runs, no hits, no Bulls errors, 1 hit, the single from Peyton Matthews, and nobody left on base. After 3 complete, Lethbridge Bulls 1, your Brooks Bombers no score.
This is my billet Keith and Dante Siciliano. Keith McKinnis. Yeah, we need Crosby. Crosby's got to get up here. No, we need Fleury.
Drag the game on. I love Fleur, but I'm sure you reached out. No.
I'll take anybody right now. I don't want to be up here.
Well, you shouldn't be.
Well, normally we have like an intern, but the intern I had flaked out on me like 3 weeks ago.
So,
It's going to be the same guy.
no. So trying to get somebody's tough. All right, here we are, top of the 4th inning. The designated hitter, Jack Kaliski, steps to the plate. He's going to hit one foul down the 3rd baseline. And Walters jumps out 0-1.
You can, kid, let's go.
Kaliski grounded out to Shaver in the 1st inning. 0 for 1. That ball is going to be hit into right field, right at Snowden. Out number 1. One away. The catcher, Drew Bufford, steps to the plate. He's going to bounce one to the 3rd baseman, Recker. Throws it over to Lucas Rick. 1 pitch, 1 away. Make that 2. Recker to Rick for the 2nd out of the 4th inning. 5-3 put out. 2 away. That'll bring up the shortstop, Luke Wheatley.
You can, Ryan, let's go, kid.
Wheatley struck out in the 2nd inning. And he's going to take the first pitch from Walters for strike 1. Oh and 1 comes in. That's going to be 0-2. 2 strikes to the shortstop, Wheatley. 2 away. Top of 4. Walters delivers. That's going to be jammed over to Shaver, collects it, throws it over, and that's going to be the 3rd out. So for the Bulls in the top of the fourth inning, no runs, no hits, no Bombers errors, and nobody left on base.
What was that happen?
Scores around the league. Bottom of second, Saskatoon and Moose Jaw are all tied up at 3. In the top of the fifth, Regina 1, Weyburn no score. And top of 4, Medicine Hat holds a 3-1 lead over the Swift Current 57s. Games last night in the WCBL. Sylvan Lake came back to beat Energy City by a score of 11-10. Regina beat Swift Current 11-1, and Weyburn beat Saskatoon 9-0.
Bottom of the fourth at bat for the Brooks Bombers, number 6, Wyatt Ormonde.
So as we head to the bottom half of the fourth inning, that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Wyatt Ormonde. Oh, 1 pitch. Going to be ball 1. Should I say 1-0? Ormonde digs in. 2 balls, no strikes to the designated hitter. Bottom of the fourth inning. Ormonde leading off. He's going to swing and foul that one off. 2 balls, 1 strike to the designated hitter. Gavin Allen looking in. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Ormonde. Gavin Allen cruising so far. Only giving up the 1 hit. That ball's low. Squirts away from Bufford. And that's going to load the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Ormonde. Allen nods. Here's the full count delivery. That ball's fouled over the Bulls dugout. Count remains full. Great crowd here at Brooks. That ball is going to be hit hard to the shortstop. Scoops it, throws it over to Clairhout for the first out. 6-3 put out for out number 1 here in the bottom half of the fourth.
At bat for the Brooks Bombers, number 40, Lucas Rick.
Now stepping to the plate is the first baseman, number 40, Lucas Rick. Allen looks in, swing and a miss, strike 1. Gavin Allen's allowed 3 base runners. That ball's hit high. Left field. Left fielder comes on in. Oh, but he drops it. Left fielder drops the ball, throws it away at second base. And Lucas Rick is going to get aboard on an E7. That ball was hit high to left field. However, left fielder Dalen Blanchard misplayed it off the glove, and Lucas Rick is now on second base with one out. Now stepping to the plate is the catcher, A.J. Hurtado. Rick at second base, one away. That pitch is going to be taken for strike one. One strike to the catcher, Hurtado. And that's going to even the count at 1-1. Definitely can't blame that one on the sun. That ball misses, and it's 2 balls, 1 strike, with Lucas Rick at second base and A.J. Hurtado at the plate. Hurtado lined out to the shortstop in the second inning. Rick takes his lead. That ball's fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Hurtado. 1 away, bottom 4, Bulls up 1-0. Game number 1 for each team as the Bulls open the season on the road with 5 consecutive road games. That pitch is going to get poked. Shortstop dives. He won't be able to make the play. And Hurtado is going to get an infield single. So Hurtado keeps the inning alive. Single to the 5-6 hole. Nice play by Luke Wheatley. Can't make the play at first. Rick went back to the bag at second. And we have runners on first and second, 1 away, with Seth Recker, third baseman, stepping to the plate. And first pitch swinging, strike 1. Second time the Bombers have had runners on base. First and second here, 1 away, bottom 4. That pitch to Recker's outside. 1 ball, 1 strikes. Recker steps out, steps back in. 1-1 the count. Allen delivers, and that's going to be outside. 2 balls, 1 strike to the third baseman from Fontana, California. Little waggle of the bat. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Two balls, 2 strikes to Recker. 1 away. Runners on first and second. Rick at second. Hurtado with the infield single at first. Most of the Bombers coming in early this week, Monday, Tuesday. The rest of them started to trickle in. Still missing a number of players. Here's the pitch. That ball's hit high to center field. Center fielder goes back. That's gone! Bombs away. Seth Recker, 3-run home run in the bottom half of the 4th inning. And the Bombers have a 3-1 lead. Recker, 3-run homer just to the left of the hitter's eye. Center fielder kept going back and back. Got to the wall, bounced off, and went over. That's going to bring up the right fielder, number 4, C.J. Snowden. So with one away, Bombers now have a 3-1 lead as Snowden takes the second pitch for a ball. Seth Recker hitting the Bombers' first home run of this 2025 season. Fans listening, do you think the Bombers are going to hit more than 80 this year? They have WCBL record 80 home runs last year. As Recker swings through Gavin Allen's pitch, and the count is all knotted up, 2-2. Here's Allen, and Snowden's going to go down looking for out number 2. Nice pitch by Allen. 2 away. That's going to bring up the shortstop. Derry Steyert Couture, Calgary native. And he's going to foul it off. First pitch, swinging. 0-1. 2 away, bottom half of the 4th. Bombers have put a couple hits together and now have taken a lead. Ball hit to the shortstop under the glove of Wheatley. And that's going to be E6 on Wheatley. Second error of the game. And that's going to allow Steyert Couture to get aboard. So with the runner at first, with 2 away, brings up the 9-hitter, second baseman Maddox Shaver. First pitch in the dirt, ball 1.
Go, Maddox.
Steyert Couture hit by pitch and then thrown out at second base in the bottom half of the second. Takes his lead at first base. Here comes the pitch to Maddox Shaver. And that's going to miss outside. 2 balls. As I said before, Shaver's put on some weight. Must be hitting the gym on a regular basis. Maybe 2-a-days. He hits the ball. That's going to get in the 5-6 hole. Going to extend the inning. Get us back to the top of the order with Peyton Matthews. Shaver singles, 5-6 hole. Steyert Couture makes his way to second base, and the Bombers are pressing here with 2 outs. Shaver rolls it over on a single. Bufford, Clairhout make their way over to Gavin Allen as they convene and plan what are we going to do to limit the damage here. In the bottom of the 4th, Bombers up 3-1 on the big swing by third baseman Seth Recker. Always great to see when your first hit is a home run. Matthews steps to the plate. He hits one shallow left field, and Blanchard is going to make that play, and that's going to end the inning. So in the bottom half of the 4th inning, the Bombers score 3 runs on 3 hits. There were 2 Bulls errors and 2 runners left on base. So after 4 complete innings, the Brooks Bombers hold a 3-1 lead over the Lethbridge Bulls. Number of changes here as we look around the WCBL, not only in the Brooks game, as we take a lead 3-1 over the Bulls. Regina has extended the lead 3-0 over the Weyburn Beavers in the top of the 6th. Saskatoon has a 4-3 lead in the bottom of the 3rd against Moose Jaw in Moose Jaw. And Medicine Hat on the road in Swift Current, top of 5. The Mavericks up 7-1 on the 57s. So we are now heading to the top of the 5th inning here. Bombers up 3-1. Third baseman Alex Pulls steps to the plate. Ball 1 for the first pitch. Make that 2 balls, no strikes, to the third baseman Pauls. Clean inning last inning for Walters, F9, 5-3, 4-3. And he falls behind 3 balls, no strikes to Pulls.
Take your time, Ryan, like you can, kid. Let's go.
Pulls last at bat, in the top of the 2nd, struck out. He's 0 for 1. 3-0, takes that pitch on the outside. Walters 3-1. Axel Pulls steps out, comes back in. Here's the pitch.
That was a good pitch.
He's going to miss low. Ball 4.
Good pitch here,
Leadoff man gets on here in the top of the 5th inning. Pauls makes his way down to first base, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Dalen Blanchard. Homered in his only at-bat so far. And here's the pitch. That ball's going to be hit into left center. Picked up by Altamirano, quickly throws it into Steyert Couture, and the Bulls now have runners on first and second. So Blanchard, first pitch swinging, and that's going to move runners first and second. First mound visit here from pitching coach Max Lober. Infield comes in. We have runners on first and second, nobody out here. And that's going to bring up to the plate the second baseman, number 5, Brennan McTavish. 0 for 1 so far. Struck out looking in the 3rd inning. So with the Bulls looking to put a little pressure back on the Bombers, down 3-1. McTavish in the 9-hole. Are we going to play small ball? Move them over, sacrifice themselves, get back to the top of the order. Jalen Ryan, Lee Matsuzaka, and Carter Clairhout. Walters taking his time, comes set. McTavish ready. He fouls first pitch over the Bombers' dugout. 0-1. Walters to McTavish. Nobody out. Top 5. Bombers 3, Bulls 1. Nobody out. 0-1. Walters with the pitch. That ball's hit high in the air, center field. Blanchard, or Pulls tagging. Matthews makes the catch, and that's an F8. 1 away. Back to the top of the order for the Bulls. Center fielder Jalen Ryan, 0 for 1. Went down looking in the first, walked in the 3rd, and now his 3rd plate appearance here in the 5th. Lucas Rick on the edge of the grass, first base. Walters looks in. Here's the pitch. Ball low. Hurtado keeps it in front. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 away. Top 5.
Yeah, Ryan, let's go, kid.
3-1 Bombers lead. All runs accounted for by the long ball. Walters looks in. Here's the pitch. That ball's hit to Shaver at second. He's going to flip it over to Couture. Throws. We have the out at second. And Jalen Ryan is safe at first. Two away here. Fielder's choice. A 4-6 putout at second base. Now runners at the corner. Ryan, speedy at first. Pulls at third base. Matsuzaka, the right fielder, is up. He is going to first pitch swing and swing through that offering from Walters. 0-1. Ryan already out to an aggressive lead at first. He's gone in motion, swing and a miss. And Ryan's going to be safe at second. That's going to move runners to second and third. Matsuzaka down 0-2. 2 away. Top 5. Walters comes set. Steps off. Collects himself, looking back into Hurtado. Comes set, 0-2. Here's the pitch. That ball's going to miss inside. Hurtado keeps it in front. Walters meets him at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the right fielder, Matsuzaka. 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out in the first. Hit it to Lucas Rick in the third. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away, top 5. Matsuzaka ready. That pitch is going to be hit foul down the first base line. Stays alive, count remains 1-2. Be great for the Bombers to get out of this inning without giving up any runs. Walters wants the call again. Looks in at the signs. 1-2 delivery. And that's going to be strike 3. Big strikeout. Walters is fired up. You betcha. Big strikeout from Brian Walters as he 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got 7 punch-outs on the night as the Bombers put up a 0 in the top of the 5th. There was no runs. 1 Bulls hit. 2 runners left on base. No Bombers errors. And we are going to be heading to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Bombers 3. Bulls 1. All right. New pitcher for the Bulls.
At bat for your Brooks Bombers, number 3, Christian Altamirano.
Pitching change for the Bulls. Now on the mound for the Bulls is going to be number 18, Aiden Newton. Aiden Newton from Calgary, Alberta at Northwestern State University. He takes over for Gavin Logan through a tremendous game. Great job. Good outing from Gavin Logan, no doubt. He leaves the game only giving up 4 hits, 3 runs on the 3-run homer by Seth Recker. Pitching change. Aiden Newton now taking over. 18. Altamirano steps in. And the first pitch from Newton is ball 1. One and one, the count to Altamirano. Bottom 5. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Newton. Squares, fouls it down the third base line. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the left fielder. Utility man at Adams State. Little outfield, little first base. Left-handed thrower, left-handed hitter Altamirano. 1 ball, 2 strikes, top. Here's the pitch. That's going to be fouled back. Ooh, that ball bounced off of the screen and hit the umpire, home plate umpire Travis Oberg, right in the back of the head. I hope he's okay. Yeah. No protection back there. Oberg is back in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bottom 5. Altamirano. And that pitch is going to squirt away. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Altamirano. Altamirano 0 for 2. Reached on an error in the first inning. Went down looking in the third. With the count 2-2, Newton comes set. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That ball's squirted into shallow center field. McTavish goes back. And Altamirano is going to be retired. F4 for the first out. So with 1 away here in the bottom half of the 5th inning, that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Wyatt Ormonde. Newton comes set. Here's the delivery, and it's going to be fouled away. Ormonde fouls off the first pitch. It's his third at-bat. 0 for 2 is Ormonde, struck out in the first, grounded out to short in the 4th. 0-1. Newton comes set. Here's the pitch. They look down to first. First base umpire Mike Richards said he went. That pitch is going to miss outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the designated hitter, Ormonde. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. 1 away. That ball is going to be fouled down the right field line. Bombers hold a 3-1 lead as we're moving to the midpoint of the game here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Newton set to deliver the 1-2 pitch. That's going to miss up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Ormonde. 1 away. Outfield deep. Claerhout off of first base. Newton looks in. Here's the pitch. That ball's flared into center field. It's going to drop for a single. Ormonde's got himself his first hit of the WCBL season. And with 1 away, the Bombers have a runner at first base. So the Bombers pick up their 5th hit of the ball game. Runner on first. That'll bring up the first baseman, Lucas Rick. Here comes the pitch. Going to be called strike 1. Lucas Rick, 0 for 2. Struck out in the first, got aboard in the 4th with an error by Blanchard and scored on the big fly by Seth Recker. Rick falls behind in the count, 0-2 to Newton. Ormonde with the lead at first. Newton way ahead on Rick, 0-2. Here's the pitch. That ball's going to be chopped to third base, but it's going to be foul ball. Count is going to remain 0-2. Ormonde retreats to first base. Two-strike approach here by Lucas Rick. Here comes the pitch from Newton, and swing and a miss, strike 3. So with 2 away, runner on first, that's going to bring up the catcher, A.J. Hurtado. Hurtado, 1 for 2, singled and scored in the 4th and lined out in the 2nd to the shortstop. First pitch is fouled back, 0-1. Looks as though Newton's got a little bit of an electric arm as the Bombers are fouling things back to the opposite field side. Ormonde takes his lead at first. Newton comes set. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Going to be taken for strike 2. 2 strikes, no balls. To the catcher, A.J. Hurtado. Bottom 5, 2 away, Ormonde at first. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Newton. That's going to miss low. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Hurtado. Newton set to deliver. That ball is going to skip low. That's going to even the count up at 2-2. Let's see if Hurtado can work himself from an 0-2 count to first base. Newton checks over at first, comes set. Here's the pitch. That ball is hit high to left center field, and you can put it on the board. A 2-run home run from the catcher, A.J. Hurtado. 2-2 pitch, send over the left center field wall for Hurtado. A 2-run home run, and that is going to push the lead for the Bombers 5-1. Hurtado, second hit of the ball game, is a 2-run homer. That's going to push the lead 5-1. Seth Rucker stepping to the plate with 2 away, bottom 5. Two away. 0-1 count to Rucker. Newton looking in. Here's the pitch. That ball's hit. Foul down. Claire Hout's going down the right field line, foul territory, and it's going to get out of play. That's going to push the count 0-2. Boy, Hurtado, great at bat. Started off 0-2, worked himself back even, and jumped on the 2-2 pitch of Aiden Newton, hitting it over the fence in left center field for a 2-run home run. Hurtado coming in from Chaffey College. Great season there. And he's keeping it going here in the summer. We love it. 0-2. Newton pitched. Rucker looks. And he's going to go down on strikes. Rucker goes down looking for the third out here in the bottom half of the 5th. So we are 5 complete here at Elks Field. And the Bombers lead the Bulls 5-1. How do we do this? We're just putzing around.
It was the tall one beside you that was standing up. That was blocking our view.
All right, Bombers fans, as we head to the top half of the 6th inning, we've got a pitching change. Now stepping on the mound for the Bombers is going to be number 14, Lucas Mahoney, Revelstoke, British Columbia native. Spent some time in the Okotoks Dogs Academy before making his way to Minnesota post-grad, recently committed to the Bellevue University Bruins in Omaha, Nebraska. What? Where did he go? Oh yeah, just say now pitching for the Bombers.
What's his name again?
Lucas Mahoney.
Now pitching for the Bombers, Lucas Mahoney.
So Mahoney steps and toes the rubber. His first pitch is going to be low, ball 1.
Take your time, Lucas. Let's go, kid.
We are now top of 6. 1 ball, no strikes to the first baseman, Carter Clairhout. Clairhout's going to take that pitch for a strike. I don't think he agreed with it, but he's going to live with it. 1-1 the count to Clairhout. Top 6. First baseman at the plate. He's going to hit that ball, line drive, foul down the right field line. Clairhout all over that pitch. However, now he falls behind by a count of 1-2. Mahoney comes set. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Clairhout's going to go down on strikes as Hurtado keeps that in front. Tags out Clairhout. And we have 1 away. So that'll bring up with 1 away. That'll the designated hitter, number 26, Jack Kaliski. Kaliski takes first pitch from Lucas Mahoney for a strike.
Yes. Here you go, kid. Let's go.
Next game, you need to have a catheter in.
0-1. Mahoney looks in. Here's the pitch. That's going to go over top of Kaliski. 1-1 the count.
That's usually my problem too. I drink too much before I come.
1-1 the count. 1 away here. Top 6. 5-1 Bombers lead. As Mahoney throws that in the dirt.
You can do it, Lucas. Here you go. Kid.
Ball
Let's
2.
go. Take your time, bud.
Mahoney taking over for Walters, who threw an absolute gem. Only run was a solo home run off the bat of Dalen Blanchard.
Wind assisted.
Mahoney's 2-1 pitch misses. 3-1.
Take your time, Lucas. Here you go, kid. Let's go.
Kaliski working his way back into the batter's box on the right-hand side. Mahoney delivers. That ball is going to be lined into right field. Kaliski's got himself a single. As he hits it out to C.J. Snowden. And with 1 away, the Bulls have a runner on first. So Kaliski 0 for 2 gets himself into the hit column, and that'll bring up the catcher, Drew Bufford. Bufford takes first pitch offering from Mahoney for strike 1. Bufford is 0 for 2. Struck out and grounded out to third. Kaliski off at first. Mahoney comes set. And that pitch is going to be outside. 1-1 to the catcher, Bufford. Kaliski taking his lead at first. Attends Our Lady of the Lake University in Texas. Here's the pitch. Ball 2. Bufford from Little Elm, Texas, attends Eastern Arizona College, freshman. Here's the pitch. Bufford takes that for a strike. That's going to even the count up at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away, top of 6. Kaliski at first. Mahoney in his first action with the Bombers. Kaliski jumps. He's got the lead, and he's going to throw down. He's going to be safe. So, stolen base by Kaliski. After the jump, I thought Mahoney would have thrown over. But now Mahoney's got a runner in scoring position as Kaliski's at second base. And the count is full to Drew Bufford. That takes the double play out of contention. Shaver back. Second base, Mahoney delivers, and that's going to be ball 4. So, ball 4, that's going to push Bufford to first base. Kaliski over at second. 1 away. And that's going to bring up the shortstop, Luke Wheatley. Wheatley struck out in the second. Grounded out to Shaver in the fourth. Wheatley, 6'4", 200-pound freshman at Midland College from Calgary. Here's the pitch from Mahoney, taken for strike 1.
Here you go, Lucas. Take your time, kid. Let's go.
Bulls pressing, Kaliski in scoring position, 1 away. Rick on the edge of the grass. Mahoney's pitch is fouled away. 0-2 the count to the shortstop, Wheatley. Mahoney's looking in, comes set. Runners on first and second, 1 away, top of 6 here. Here comes the pitch, swing and a miss. Big strikeout by Lucas Mahoney as Wheatley goes down swinging. 2 away. That'll bring up to the plate the third baseman, Axel Poles. 0 for 1. Struck out in the second, walked in the fifth. 2 away, Lucas Rick backs up behind the runner. First pitch to Poles is taken outside, ball 1. Everett Community College sophomore from Blaine, Washington. Poles swings, that's going to go foul down the left field line. That's going to even the count at 1-1. So Mahoney, fresh into the game here, top of 6, taking over for Brian Walters. He's got runners on first and second now with 2 outs. And the pitch to Poles is going to be up high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Shaver on the edge of the grass. Steyr Couture is holding Kaliski close. Mahoney comes set. There's the pitch. He's going to miss up high. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Battle, kid.
And with runners on first and second and a 3-1 count, Poles is going to be looking for something to hit hard here. Here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss. That's going to run the count full with 2 away. The runners will be in motion, giving the Bulls a little momentum should Poles find a hole. So with 2 away, full count, runners in motion. There's the pitch. That's going to miss. Ball 4. Poles will make his way down to first base. That's going to load them up. So Poles draws his second walk of the game. And Blanchard is 2 for 2. He's got a home run, the only run for the Bulls in the third, and he singled in the fifth. Everything to left field, and there he goes. He's going to take the first pitch for strike one. So the count 0-1.
Go, Lucas, right here, kid. Look, you can, kid. Take your time.
Blanchard takes the 0-1 pitch outside. One and one the count to Dalen Blanchard. Left fielder. Mahoney looks in. Here's the pitch. That's going to be strike two. Big strike.
Hudson get a 5-pack of tickets? Hudson says he gets a 5-pack of tickets.
Who's that?
Hudson?
I don't know who Hudson is.
Jason doesn't.
Oh, yes. Yes.
The 1-2 pitch is going to be hit into shallow right field. Snowden coming in, and that's going to end the inning. So the Bombers escape that inning as Blanchard flies out to Snowden in right with runners on first that's the bases loaded. Huge out from Mahoney to get out of that in the top of the sixth. So the Bulls in the top of the sixth, no runs. There were no hit. There was a single by Kaliski, 2 walks, no Bombers errors. However, the Bulls squander 3 base runners. As we head to the bottom half of the 6th inning, the Bulls are down, trailing the Bombers by a score of 5-1.
I got it. $15.70.
Not drawn yet, right?
Bottom of 6 here. Aiden Newton still on the mound for the Bulls. And the Bombers are going to bring up C.J. Snowden, Derry, Steyert Couture, and Maddox Shaver. Hitters 7, 8, 9. Snowden 0 for 1. Hit by pitch and struck out looking. First pitch is going to miss outside. They check down to Richards at first. Says no go. Ball 1. Snowden in batting practice on Thursday was launching him off the houses right behind the retaining fence over the left field wall. Very strong kid. Now he's got to put that in play here during the games. Freshman at University of Arkansas, Fort Smith. He's going to take that pitch for a strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Snowden. I don't think he agreed with Oberg on that one. But we're moving on. 1-2 the count to CJ. Here's the pitch. That ball's going to miss outside. Evens the count up at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the bottom half of the 6th inning, as Snowden is the leadoff man for the Bombers. Newton delivers. And that ball's going to miss. We're going to run it full. Snowden's good speed, great speed. So if he gets on first, look for him to get the boots moving. All depends on this pitch here, full count. Newton comes set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Snowden goes down on strikes for the first out here in the 6th. So with one away, that'll bring up the shortstop, Derry Steyerch Couture. He's got on base in both of his at-bats today. Hit by pitch, and then got on with an E6. Newton looking to get ahead, throws first pitch strike. 0-1, the count to Steyerch Couture. One away, bottom 6. That pitch is going to be called strike 2. 0-2 the count to DSC with the Bombers holding on to a 5-1 lead right here at the bottom of the 6th. And 2 the count to Steyerch Couture. Newton delivers. That ball's up high off the glove of Bufford and off the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Regina has extended their lead in Weyburn 4-0. Medicine Hat has extended their lead 10-1 in Swift Current. And Saskatoon has a 1-run lead over Moose Jaw in the top of the 5th, 5-4. 1 ball, 2 strikes, Steyerch Couture, and that's ball 2. Count even up for the shortstop, who is 0 for 1. Right-handed hitter looks to 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. That's going to be 2 away as number 20, Maddox Shaver, steps to the plate. Shaver 1 for 2. Grounded out to Wheatley and singled in the 5-6 hole. Here's the pitch from Newton. That's going to be taken for strike 1. Must be having some weather in Fort McMurray. Sylvan Lake was supposed to play Fort McMurray, 7:05 start. Nothing on the game. Newton delivers again, 0-2. Shaver falling behind. Newton has struck the 2 previous batters out. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And that ball is going to be down low. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the second baseman, Maddox Shaver. One ball, 2 strikes. Newton comes set to deliver to Shaver. Here's the pitch. That's going to miss up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shaver, 1 for 2. Get the 2 out rally going. 2-2 pitch from Aiden Newton. Here it is. And that's going to cause strike 3. So Newton strikes out the side in the bottom of the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors. As we head to the top of the 7th inning with the Bombers holding on to a 5-1 lead. Mahoney's coming back out. For the 7th. Coach Ryan McDonald making his way down to third base for the Bulls. First base coach, Carlin Dick. Longtime Bull, now steps from player to coach. So here we are. Top of 7.
Let's go, Lucas. Here you go, kid. Let's go. Take your time, bud.
And that'll bring up Brennan McTavish, the second baseman. 0 for 2. Went down looking and fly ball center field. 0 and 2 for McTavish. Mahoney toes the rubber, comes set. First pitch of the 7th inning is going to be fouled off. Mahoney jumps out 0 and 1. Bulls have a number of Vauxhall Jet alumni on the roster this year in 2025. Oh and 1, Mahoney sets to deliver to McTavish. It's going to miss outside. 1 and 1 is the count. Mahoney comes set as the sun starts to peek behind some clouds here. McTavish swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the second baseman, number 5, Brennan McTavish. Older brother Shea, University of Pikeville. Right-handed pitcher. And that pitch is going to be foul, tipped back into the glove of Hurtado, chucks it down to third base. McTavish down on strikes. 1 away here in the top half of the 7th inning. That'll get us back to the top of the lineup for the Bulls, the center fielder, Jalen Ryan. Ryan 0 for 2. McTavish down on strikes. First pitch to Ryan's going to miss outside low.
Take your time, Lucas. Let's go, kid.
Second pitch from Mahoney's outside. 2 balls, no strikes. The count on Jalen Ryan, leadoff hitter and center fielder. Probably a guy that the Bombers don't want on base. And that pitch is also going to miss outside. 3-0, the count to Ryan. Matsuzaka's on deck. He's 0 for 3, followed by Clairhout. He's 1 for 3, and Kaliski is also 1 for 3. So you're getting into the meat of the order here for the Bulls, as that pitch is going to miss. So 4 straight balls to Jalen Ryan's going to get him to first base with a walk. And the Bulls have a base runner here in the top of the 7th. So with 1 away, runner on first, Matsuzaka steps to the plate. First pitch going to be called strike 1. So Matsuzaka takes the first pitch from Mahoney for a strike. Mahoney looks over. Ryan takes his lead. Here's the pitch. Gonna miss inside. 1-1. I think Mahoney's a little concentrated on the runner at first. Hurtado flashes aside, gets his feet ready to go. That pitch is going to miss low. 2 balls, 1 strike
Let's go, kid.
to Matsuzaka. Ryan with the lead at first, leaning. That pitch is fouled back. That's going to even the count at 2-2. Thought Jalen Ryan was going to take off for second as he had a little bit of a lean. So Mahoney checks Ryan at first, looking in for the sign. Comes set. Ryan's got some lean. There he goes. He's moving, and that ball's going to be fouled off. Count remains 2-2 as the Bulls get the runner in motion. Matsuzaka fouls it off over the Bombers' dugout. 5-1 Bombers, top 7, 1 away. Matsuzaka at the plate, Ryan at first. Here's the pitch. That ball's going to be hit into left center field. And it's going to leave the park. Matsuzaka, a 2-run home run for the Lethbridge Bulls, and they have closed the gap by 2. The score now is 5-3 Bombers. So Mahoney gives up a 2-run home run with 1 away to Lee Matsuzaka on a 2-2 pitch to left center field. Coach DeBrouwer is going to make his way out to the field. Mahoney is going to exit the game, and now stepping to the mound is going to be 2024 Bomber from the University of Science and Arts, Oklahoma, Julian Pokorny.
Now on the mound for the Bandits, number 12, Julian Pokorny.
Pokorny, right-handed thrower from Keller, Texas, went to the JUCO D3 World Series with the Richland College Thunder Ducks in 2024. Bombers head coach, former head coach Dan Morgan, an assistant with the Thunder Ducks. They went back to the World Series again this year. So Pokorny is going to come into the game in the top of the 7th with 1 away, and the Bombers with a 5-3 lead. Oh, yeah. So here we are, Elks Field, 5-3 ball game. Top 7, 1 away. Carter Clairhout steps to the mound. First offering by Julian Pokorny, swing and a miss.
Take your time, Julian. Let's go, kid. Yeah, bud.
Clairhout, 1 for 3. Here's the pitch.
Yes, sir.
Taken for strike 2. 0-2 the count from Picorni to Clairhout. One away. As the sun is starting to set here in Brooks, which means cooler temperatures. 0-2 pitch on the outside part of the plate. Clairhout reaches out, slaps it in the 5-6 hole, and gets himself a single. 1-out single by Clairhout is going to bring up the designated hitter Jack Kaliski. So top 7, Clairhout now at first base. 1 for 3 as Kaliski singled his last time up. First pitch, outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to the designated hitter Kaliski, right-handed hitter. Here's the pitch. That ball is going to be hit high. Steyert Couture going back. He's got it in shortstop. Great play there. Shallow center field by the shortstop. 2 away. So that'll bring up the catcher, Drew Bufford. 0 for 2. Clairhout at first. First pitch is going to be ball 1. 1 out. Sorry, 1-0. 2 away. Picorni comes set. Bufford ready. Pitch, swing, and a miss. Count is even, 1-1. Clairhout takes his lead at first. Picorni checks. Comes set. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That ball's going to be hit. Shortstop, Couture picks it up, slings it over to Lucas Rick. That's wide. That's going to get Bufford to second. Kaliski's going to make his way to third. That ball was thrown way up the line. Steyert Couture, E6. It's an error. So runners now second and third. That'll bring up the shortstop, Luke Wheatley. Soft ground ball to Steyert Couture to the 5-6 hole, picks it up, but can't make the play. Bombers need another out here. There's that second pitch. It's going to be fouled off by Wheatley. And that runs the count 0-2. 2 away. Top 7. 5-3. Bombers lead. Runners on second and third. With 2 away. Picorni comes set. Here's the pitch. That ball is going to be hit into center field. And F8 in the book as Peyton Matthews hauls that in. And that's going to end the threat from the Bulls. As the Bulls score 2 runs on 2 hits. They leave 2 runners on base, and there was 1 Bomber error. So as we move to the bottom half of the 7th inning, Bombers lead 5-3. Pitching change for the Bulls. Bulls are going to go to the bullpen. They're going to go to Scotty Langley from Vancouver, BC. He attends the University of British Columbia as a freshman. 6'3", 200-pound right-hand pitcher is the freshman Scotty Langley. Scotty Langley is going to end up facing the top of the Bombers' order in Matthews, Altamirano, and Ormonde. As we're set here in the bottom of the 7th inning, Langley's going to toe the rubber for the Bulls. Matthews, 1 for 3 today. Langley comes set. Here's the first pitch. Bottom half of the 7th. Foul ball down the third base line. Langley up 0-1. Bombers had 2 UBC Thunderbirds on the roster the last couple of years. That ball's going to be hit up the middle. Scooped up by the second baseman. Throws. Not in time. The speed of Matthews beats it out. Infield single by Matthews on a dribbler that gets up the middle. Second baseman Brennan McTavish underestimated the speed of the senior from MacU, Peyton Matthews. Infield single, second hit of the game. See if the Bombers can get those 2 runs back. So we're talking about UBC in Oliver Duthie and Evan Hogler. Altamirano steps to the plate. He's going to take the first pitch outside. Ball 1. Nobody out. Bottom 7, Matthews with an infield single. He takes his lead at first. Left-handed hitting Altamirano. Matthews is gone. Pitch. Throw down to second. Safe. Matthews steals second base. And it has a runner in scoring position for the Bombers. So the count is 1-1 to Altamirano. Matthews at second base. Takes his lead. Langley delivers. It's going to be strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. To the left fielder, number 3, Christian Altamirano. Got to find a way to get Matthews to third base. Here's the pitch. That ball is hit to center field, right at the center fielder. Matthews is actually going to tag up. The throw to third base. He is safe. Matthews safe at third base on a line drive to center field by Altamirano. The speed of Peyton Matthews gets him to third base on the fly ball to the center fielder, Jalen Ryan. Good throw, but Matthews slides in there safely. Ormonde steps to the plate, the designated hitter, as the Bulls' defense is now on the edge of the grass. Bottom 7, Matthews at third, 1 away. There's the pitch outside. 1-1 to Wyatt Ormonde. That pitch is going to hit Ormonde. He's going to make his way down to first base on the hit batsman. Going to have runners on the corners with one away. Now stepping to the plate, first baseman Lucas Rick. 0 for 3 on the day. Looking to make some noise. First baseman steps in. First pitch by Langley is going to be taken for a strike. So the Bulls looking to keep the Bombers off the board. Bombers looking to extend their lead here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. 0-1 to Rick. That ball's chopped to the third base. It's going to be foul. Rick is going to fall down 0-2 to Scotty Langley. Langley in the driver's seat. Rick needs to put the bat on the ball to score Matthews from third. There's the pitch. Foul ball. Count remains 0-2. Just about the only thing you don't want Rick to do is to ground into a double play. 0-2. Ormonde at first. Matthews at third. One away. Lucas Rick. There's the pitch. And he hammers that foul down the left field line. Count remains 0-2. You see enough pitches, hopefully you hit a mistake. One away. Runners at first and third. That pitch is going to be called ball one.
Go Lucas, here you go, kid.
1 ball, 2 strikes to the batter Lucas Rick. Rockford, Michigan native, playing at Western Michigan University. Here's the pitch. That ball's going to be hit up the middle. Second base makes a great stab up the middle, McTavish. And that's going to be the second out. So with Ormonde at first, had to freeze. Hurtado, last at bat, homered. And now he comes up to the plate with runners on first and third with 2 away. Langley looks in, throws first pitch up, ball one. Hurtado looking to extend the Bombers' lead. Langley looking to put up a 0. 1-0 is the count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be taken up high. Ball 2. Hurtado, 2 for 3. Should he get on a board, we got Seth Recker up next, 1 for 3 with a 3-run homer. Home runs coming out of the 5-6 hole for the Bombers. That pitch is going to be up high. That's going to run the count 3-0. Hurtado up 3-0 against the pitcher Scotty Langley. Ormonde at first. Here's the pitch, 3-0. Hit by pitch. I believe it was a hit by pitch. Maybe it wasn't. I guess not. So, Seth Recker is going to step to the plate with the bases loaded here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. So, Hurtado walks. Ormonde moves to second base. Matthews still at third. Bombers have a chance to blow this one open with one swing of the bat. Langley comes set with the bases loaded. Seth Recker, here's the first pitch. Going to be taken for strike one.
I seen it, Seth.
Take your time, bud. Let's go.
0-1, the count to Recker. Langley looks in. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's going to squirt away. Matthews is coming in, and he's going to be tagged out at home.
He's around it.
So Bufford gets that ball that squirts away, throws it to Langley at home. He's tagged out at the plate, and that's going to end the inning. So disappointing way for the Bombers to end that inning with Matthews getting thrown out at home as the ball squirted away from Bufford. So in the bottom half of the seventh inning, Bombers do not score. They had one hit. There were no Bulls errors. And there was 2 runners left on. After 7 complete, and we head to the 8th, the Bombers hold the lead by a score of 5-3 over the Bulls. Top of the 8th inning coming up. See here. All right. Just looking around here. All right, here we go. First pitch of the 8th inning from Julian Picorni
Go, Julian. Take your time, kid.
to number 27, the third baseman, Axel Pulls, is ball one. Or sorry, strike one and then ball one. So 1-1 is the count to Pulls. The third baseman. Picorni looks in. And a swing and a miss by Axel. And that runs the count. 1-2. Pitch by Picorni. Hit. Down the left field line. Foul. Poles making his way back. Picks up the bat from the on-deck batter, Dalen Blanchard. And the count is 1-2 to the leadoff hitter here in the top of the 8th, Axel Poles. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Picorni deals. Fly ball down the left field line. And that's going to get out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Picorni gets the ball back to the back of the mound. Readjusting the jersey, tucking it back in. Bends down. Looks in as Poles gets himself ready for the 1-2 pitch. Comes set. Here it is. Inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Come on, Julian, take your time, kid. Let's go.
2-2 the count. No away. Picorni delivers. Fouls that off. 2-2. Count remains. Poles battling here. This game is now at 2 hours and 30 minutes. 9:30 as we're in the 8th inning. Picorni takes a while to look in. Here comes the 2-2. That's going to be fouled down to the Bulls dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the batter Poles. Two finals in the league already. That pitch is fouled down the left field line. Medicine Hat has beaten Swift Current in Swift Current by a score of 10-4 in Regina. Red Sox shutout the Weyburn Beavers 5-0 in Weyburn. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. That ball's hit to Lucas Rick. Picks it up. Over to Picorni. That's a 3-1 putout for the first out in the top of the 8th.
Come on, Julian.
One away here in the top of the 8th. Dalen Blanchard steps to the plate. He's 2 for 3. Takes the first pitch inside. One away. 1-0 pitch. Picorni. That ball's hit high into right field. Snowden coming in. He makes the catch. 2 away. F9 as C.J. Snowden makes 2 consecutive plays on Dalen Blanchard. And we have 2 away here in the top of the 8th. So, 2 outs. Picorni looking to close the deal here. He throws first pitch to the second baseman, McTavish. That's ball 1, high.
Go, Julian. Here you go, kid. Take your time, buddy.
That pitch is going to come inside, ball 2. Right around the plate is Picorni, but it's 2-0 to the second baseman, McTavish. 0 for 3 today. Looking to get on base, McTavish is, and get us back to the top of the order, but he's going to hit that ball into left field. And that ball's going to be caught by the left fielder, Christian Altamirano. And that's going to be the final out of the top half of the 8th inning. So, top 8. Bombers shut the door on the Bulls. No runs, no hits, no Bomber errors. And we're heading to the bottom of the 8th. We have another Bulls pitching change. Now stepping onto the mound for the Bulls is number 34. And that's going to be Logan McNamara. So Logan McNamara is a teammate of bomber Lucas Graniero at Three Rivers College. Logan McNamara is a right-hand pitcher from Port Moody, BC. Freshman. We're at the bottom of the 8th inning. McNamara is coming into the game for the Bulls. Right-hand pitcher, and he will face Seth Recker, C.J. Snowden, and Derry Steyert Couture. Bombers are looking for some insurance runs. 3 outs away from win number 1 in the 2025 season. Over a Bulls team that pushed Okotoks to the brink of not making it to the WCBL finals last year. 3-game series that went extra innings. So McNamara taking the rubber here in the bottom of the 8th. First pitch to Recker is strike 1.
Take your time, Seth. You can do it, kid. Let's go. Take your time, bud.
Recker takes first pitch from McNamara for a strike. Bottom 8, 5-3 Bombers over the Bulls. That ball's going to be low. One ball, one strike. To the third baseman, Seth Recker. McNamara comes set. And that ball is outside. 2 balls, 1 strike to Recker. McNamara, Recker. There you go. Foul ball over the right field line.
Take your time, Seth. Let's go, kid.
That's going to run the count, 2-2. Leadoff Recker here in the bottom of the 8th. That ball's going to be hit high. Left field. And caught by Blanchard. One away as Recker is out number 1. Now stepping to the plate is the right fielder, number 4, C.J. Snowden. McNamara looks in. First pitch, and that's going to be hit up the middle. Past a diving McTavish. C.J. Snowden has his first hit. So with 1 away, Bombers have a runner at first base. And that'll bring up to the plate the shortstop, Derry Steyert Couture. Snowden takes his lead at first. Hands on the knees, Steyert Couture. The plate, McNamara, here's the pitch. Snowden's gone. That ball's going to skip off the glove. Snowden steals second and now makes his way over to third base as the ball skips into the outfield. So make that a stolen base and an error. And next thing you know, Snowden is at third base in scoring position 90 feet away. That'll draw the Bulls infield in. Man, the speed of Snowden and Matthews.
Go, Jerry. Take your time, kid. Let's go.
No, sorry.
If those two fellows get on, they're going to do some damage here this summer for the Bombers. Steyr Couture takes the second pitch. Ball 1. Ball 2.
If he goes like this the first time, on this side.
I could be wrong.
What's the count, Blue?
McNamara comes set. Infield drawn in. Steyr Couture. That ball's going to get off the glove. It's going to squirt away. Snowden will score. And that's going to extend the Bombers' lead to 6-3.
CJ Snowden.
What's the count, Blue?
So 6-3, 3 balls, no strikes to Steyr Couture. Wild pitch skips off the glove of Bufford, allowing Snowden to score. McNamara throws the next pitch up high, and Steyr Couture is going to make his way down to first base. That'll bring up Maddox Shaver. Bottom 8, Bombers with an insurance run, a potential insurance run, as Snowden singled up the middle, stole second, advanced to third on the errant throw, and then scored on a pass ball. Wild pitch. Steyr Couture takes his lead at first. First pitch of the at-bat to Shaver is taken low in the dirt. Check that. First base umpire Mike Richards says no. 1 ball to Shaver. 1 away. Runner on first. McNamara checking Steyr Couture. 1-0 count to Shaver. That ball's lined up the middle. Single by Maddox Shaver is going to move Steyr Couture to second base.
Come on, Maddox.
Shaver collects his second hit of the ball game. Now, runners on first and second, we wrap it back up to the top of the order with Peyton Matthews. He is 2 for 4 on today's contest. With the first baseman playing back as far as he is, Matthews could play a little small ball. First pitch is going to be taken for strike 1, outside part of the plate. Shaver at first, Steyr Couture at second. We are 1 away, bottom 8, 6-3 Bombers over the Bulls so far. Matthews at the plate. He's going to take the slider on the outside part for strike 2. 2 strikes to Peyton Matthews. With his speed, chop the ball into the ground and beat it out like he did his last at-bat. 0-2 pitch, swing and miss. Matthews is going to go down on strikes. So McNamara strikes out Matthews for the second out. That's going to bring up the left-handed hitting left fielder, Christian Altamirano.
Number 3, Christian Altamirano.
2 away, bottom 8. Clairhout has now moved back to the edge of the grass beyond first base. McTavish on the edge of the grass. Wheatley holding, and that's going to hit Altamirano. First pitch by McNamara is going to load the bases for the Bombers. Nobody else you want up right now than your 3-hole hitter in designated hitter Wyatt Ormonde.
At bat for your Bombers, number 6, Wyatt Ormonde.
Ormonde 1 for 3.
Go, Wyatt.
Today's contest, bases are juiced. Altamirano, Shaver, Steyr Couture on the base. First pitch to Ormonde is outside. Ball 1. Nowhere to put him. Ormonde should be looking to get something and hit it hard. McNamara looking in. 1-0 the count, 2 outs. Bases are loaded here. Bottom of 8. Here's the pitch. Ormonde swings through. 1-1. Bombers fans sitting on the edge of their seats here with the opportunity to blow it open. And Ormonde falls behind, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Go, kid. Like you can, bud.
See if McNamara can pitch himself out of this jam.
Come on, wide on it, bud.
1 ball, 2 strikes to the hitter Ormonde. Here it is. That ball's fisted to the shortstop. Bounce up, throws it over to Clairhout, and that's going to end the threat. So the Bombers will not score any more than the run by C.J. Snowden and have now pushed the lead to 6-3.
Attendance is 262. Thank you for supporting the Brooks Bombers and the WCBL baseball. Thank you. Bombers' next game will be this Sunday, June 1st at 2:05 p.m. The Bombers welcome Energy City Cactus Rats to town. Get your tickets. And just a reminder to all those in attendance, ballpark will be clean and tidy. We kindly ask all fans to grab their empty cans and garbage and dispose of them in the proper receptacles spread around the ballpark. As you leave tonight, we thank you for your cooperation and hope you've enjoyed the game so far.
All right, so we are down 6-3 here. Final 3 outs for the Bombers to secure the first win of the 2025 WCBL season with Julian Picorni. Now we're up 6-3. Bombers are up. It's been a long day. It's been a long week in preparation for this season. Picorni will look to get the 3 outs. All right, here we go. We are now top of the 9 inning. First pitch hit to Steyert Couture, throws it over Lucas Rick. No, that's low. It's going to squirt away. So ground ball. Jalen Ryan hits a ground ball to Steyert Couture, throws it away, and Jalen Ryan's going to be at second base to lead off the 9th. So nobody out. Jalen Ryan at second base. It's going to bring up Matsuzaka, who homered in his last at-bat. Picorni deals, ball 1.
Take your time, bud. Let's go. Let's go, Julian.
1 ball. No strikes to the right fielder Matsuzaka. Minimize the damage here as we got a 3-run lead. Picorni deals. That ball is going to be hit to right field, and it's going to get down in front of Snowden off the wall. Snowden's going to throw it in. Shaver's got it. Safe at second base with a double. Matsuzaka hits a double to right field. That's going to push the runners second and third. Carter Clairhout is going to step to the plate. Nobody out. Runners on second and third. Max Lober, pitching coach for the Bombers, is going to make his way out to see what's going on.
That's our general manager has some secret things.
The only one that was in the drive was this game, like the final game of the season last year. Oh. Yeah, so I don't know where they were, so I had to piece together some. So thanks for highlighting that. Claire Hout now is going to step to the plate. Nobody out. First pitch. Ball one. Outside part of the plate. Picorni comes set. He's going to deliver to Claire Hout, left-handed first baseman. He's going to swing. It's going to pop up. Picorni's going to get it. Won't allow Jalen Ryan to score. 1-1 count to Carter Clairhout. Solid day, 2 for 4. Good year down at Southern Arkansas. Spent a little time at PBA. Picorni comes set, 1-1. The count. And Clairhout's going to take that for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the first baseman, Carter Clairhout. Been around in the league a while. Good hitter. Picorni comes set, 1-2. Here's the pitch. Ball hit foul past the first base coach. Matsuzaka retreats to second. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes to Carter Clairhout. Hurtado given the signs. Sets up. Pitch by Picorni. Fouled back. Count is 1-2. Cooled off quite a bit from the hot summer day. That pitch fouled off again. Or should I say what felt like a hot summer day here at the end of May. Clairhout remains at 1-2, fouling off the last 3 pitches. Widens his stance. Shortens up on the bat a bit. Waits as Picorni comes set. Here's the pitch. That ball's hit down the right field line. Foul. Just foul and out of the reach of the right fielder Snowden. Trying to extend the plate a little bit as Picorni. In and out as Clairhout pokes that one down the right field line. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. He's going to miss high. 2-2. 8th pitch of the at-bat. Runners on second and third. Top of the 9th. Pitch by Picorni. Close. Ball 3. Nobody out. Runners in second and third. Top of the 9th. 3-hole hitter Carter Clairhout at the plate. There's the pitch. Fouled back and off of the glove of Hurtado. If he squeezes that, that's a big first out for the Bombers. Good battle with Picorni and Clairhout.
Take your time, Julian. Let's go, kid.
Picorni looks in. Full count to Clairhout. Here's the pitch. No, that's going to be in the dirt. Clairhout's going to make his way down to first base. Base on balls. Loads them up for the DH, Jack Kaliski. Nobody out. Looks like we have a pitch runner at first base for Clairhout. Number 1 is now entered the game. So the bases are loaded. Nobody out. Jack Kaliski, the designated hitter.
Take your time, Julian. Let's go, kid.
As
Yeah, kid, let's go.
Tetsu Nishida is now at first base running for Carter Clairhout. Nobody out. Picorni, first pitch. Strike 1. Kind of like it crossed up. Hurtado, but still called a strike.
Go, Julian. Like you can, kid. Let's go. Take your time, buddy.
0-1, the count to Kaliski. Here's the pitch. That's going to get behind after it's fouled off. 0-2 to Kaliski as Picorni is up. He was up on Clairhout too, but Clairhout worked himself into a walk. Picorni comes set, 0-2 delivery. That's going to be up the middle. Shaver, Steyr Couture. That's going to get 1. However, Jalen Ryan will score. So on the fielder's choice, 4-6 out. Kaliski will get on. Nishida is out for number 1. Matsuzaka gets to third base. And it's a 6-4 ball game.
Take your time, Julian. Let's go, kid.
Now we have another pinch runner at first base. It looks like number 19. So that'll bring up Drew Bufford, the catcher, with runners on first and third. 1 away. Picorni delivers. That ball's in the dirt. Oh, but the throw is away. The runner stumbled, and if that throw was on the mark, he got him. But the ball was thrown to the left of second base. Shaver couldn't get there. Runners second and third, 6-4, 1 away. Coach DeBrouwer come to talk to home plate ump. He's going to put Bufford on to load the bases. So an intentional walk is going to bring up the shortstop, Luke Wheatley.
Let's go, Bombers. Let's go. Take your time, Julian.
One away. Bases are loaded. Luke Wheatley at the plate. First pitch, strike one.
Take your time, Julian. Let's go. Take your time.
Wheatley 0 for 4 today. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Down in the dirt. 1-1's the count. One and one the count. Picorni looks in. Here's the pitch. Oberg looks out. Calls it a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike to Wheatley. Bases loaded here. Top 9, 1 away. Pitch is going to be called a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes as Picorni hits the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes, evened it up. 1 away. Here's the pitch to Luke Wheatley. And that's going to be a full count. Full count to Wheatley. 1 away. Bases are loaded. Picorni comes set. Here's the pitch. Strike 3. On the corner. Wheatley goes down looking. And the Bombers are 1 out away. Picorni paints the outside corner on Wheatley. He goes down looking. Bases are loaded. 2 away. Top 9. Bombers up 6-4. Axel Poles comes to the plate. First pitch hit foul down the left field line. And that's going to be strike 1. Runners on the move at the crack of the bat here with 2 away. Axel Poles 0-1 as Picorni looks in. Comes set. Here's the pitch. That's going to be called strike 2. Bombers 1 pitch away from earning the win. Bulls 1 swing away from getting themselves back into the game. Here's the pitch. Foul ball. Past to diving Seth Recker. Count 0-2. Again, fans edge of their seats, ready to cheer on their hometown Bombers. Picorni set. Here's the pitch. Ball hit to center field. Matthews catches it. F8, bases loaded. Fly out to center field. Bombers win. Bombers win. Bombers win. Game 1 of the first of many, hopefully, here in the 2025 WCBL season. You could give it to him. He had 2 hits. Dalen Blanchard is the player of the game for that. Okay, fans. That's it for us here at Elks Field. Bombers win 6-4. Line score, the Bulls 4 runs, 7 hits, and 4 errors. The Bombers pick up their first W, 6 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors. That's the ball game, 6-4. Count it in the books. Bombers win. First game of the 2025 WCBL season. Next action for the Bombers, they are on the road tomorrow to Swift Current, and they're back home on Sunday to take on the Energy City Cactus Rats. Signing off here from Elks Field, it's been a slice. We'll see you folks back here, Elks Field, Sunday afternoon, as we take on the Energy City Cactus Rats.
This air doesn't matter, right? Like they're pitch runners. Because they're not coming back out, so that doesn't matter. Why? Why was a pitch runner? It shouldn't matter, right? Like it still validates. You got recycling? Just garbage. Just right here. Oh, paper was. First base position is omitted from the line. Oh, I know how I do that. I would just put him as first baseman then, right?
Yeah.
Yes, boy, yeah!
I need a beer.
Yeah.
Hey, you could say, fans, come on the field.
Oh, 3. Do we have attendance?
262.
262. I just seen the 2.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I was sorry.
no, that's not. Beat me to it. 262. That's good.
Need 362. I put it this way. Our numbers were super skewed for years because Thomason counted both teams.
Because you're supposed to.
No.
100%. 100%. You have to. What if there's a fire?
I know that, but we're talking paid. Paid.
Yeah, but that the box office knows that.
Yeah. Well, then
But as
you
far
could.
as this-
Okay, so you had 60.
Yeah, I mean,
So you had 60 and it's 322.
Want me to do it?
Yeah, go.
You're the
If
GM.
you want. I think it's bullshit, but because it skews your numbers, but
True. Well, I'll do whatever you want. I mean, I'm just here to.
I just don't know what to do here.
So 266.
262.
Oh, it's 2.
Yeah.
I think that's all I need.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Fantastic.
Jason, what do you want me to do with the photos this year?
I want. Oh. How do we? Let me check on how to dump them into Greenfly. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm tired of like this technology. Technology.